Welcome, folks, to downtown Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, site of this year's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and, of course, part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals. The top four seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the LSU Tigers. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. They'll return it from inside the 5. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's what the start of the drive. So LSU's will get the first crack on offense today. Of course, this game in Atlanta, I think, is the mecca of college football. And over the years here in the Peach Bowl, we've seen underdog teams like UCF and Houston really come in here and make their own piece of history.
And, Chris, think about it. The Peach Bowl, kind of like the Cotton Bowl, has been a major winner in this playoff expansion. They put on a great game, and they've already had some memorable moments. Who could forget in 2022 the field goal in the game that potentially wins it for Ohio State was kicked in 2022 and wide left and hits the ground in the year 2023.
After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So 2 incompletions brings up a 3rd and 10 on the opening drive here. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. He's got a receiver wide open here. And an explosive gain moves the ball across midfield. They'll spot it at the 42.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field. But instead, this quarterback shows you why they had such a great year with a conversion.
They get him down after the completion.
When you throw an out route against man coverage, and it puts a premium on the receiver who can set up the defensive back to be able to still have room to get to the outside and be timed up with the quarterback. That was great execution.
After the incompletion, they'll line up now for 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. He's going to take another shot right here. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Complete with a running back on this 4th down play. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down. This drive keeps going. This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. On the ground, it's Banks. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
So they'll pass off the chip shot field goal attempt and go for it on 4th down. Quick throw to the right, looking for the first down. The tackle is made. The offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8. The offense sets up with a 1st and goal. Caught behind the line. It's Patchett. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and they actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Return starts from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. For the Hurricanes, offense out there for their first possession. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. They'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
They stop him right at the 24.
Teams are getting more and more creative with how they run their counter plays. Gone are the days of everyone under center running the counter tray. Now you're seeing it modernized. We'll see how many different versions they'll run today.
And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. The Canes come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Handoff to the left. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's the offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Send the back in motion. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
But I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. He's moving out of the pocket. He stays alive. And he just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
They look to throw it here on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Picks up third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. And he's going to float this one to the right side. Catch made all the way down inside the 35.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
First down here for this offense. Trucks through the defender.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Good enough for first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Through one period, these teams are finding out that playoff games just feel different. Who can handle the nerves better as we head to the second? This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Incompletion makes it second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal. The offense threatening now, first and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Strong game by this quarterback. So they'll try to add the lead now to the PAT. The kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Second down after that run on the previous play. It's a shotgun run call. He shreds the tackle. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them what?
Looking to throw it deep. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. The Canes will have to kick it away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. But he's got some space here. Now they finally stop him, but he found a nice lane in that return. Puts the start of the drive in good position. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. It's been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking right, this one caught. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays. But the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Tackle made, but the game moves the ball to the 30. First down and 10. They'll test the right side here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
So now it's 3rd and short from the plus 25. They're in field goal range. Let's see what the call is. They're thinking about touchdown, of course. Looks to the left for a quick throw. Touchdown, LSU. This air attack is still unstoppable.
And I love running backs that can hurt you on the ground and through the air. Defense this time just underestimates his ability to catch the ball, and then the speed afterwards, it's a touchdown.
The extra point is good. They stretch the lead a little bit more. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it with the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out. So looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of the defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run play.
Breaks clear, end zone ahead. At the 30 now. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Chris, how about that? This guy is a horrible football in his hands. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
Trying to find room. It's Adams. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. An inside give now from the shotgun. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami. And they'll set up now for the extra point try.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. They'll take the return and try to get some better field position. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Running with purpose. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Here's the second down play. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Second down, we're going to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. It's a ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Hey, it's first and goal. Why wait? Go with the sure thing. Let that quarterback get behind his line, push his way in for the touchdown.
And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. He stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. Looking for the wideout. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. He's got some room and some blockers here. Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
Tackled after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line. Here's first and goal, a chance to really build this lead before halftime. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
Chris, that ball's tipped up into the air, and it's anybody's football. The defense, first of all, does a great job of anticipating a throw down in the red zone, and they're in great position to knock that ball up. But it was exciting to see, would anybody come up with it once it was in the air?
So it's third down and 4. Settling for a field goal here would really be a letdown after great field position. Looking for 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, IU Bengals. So they'll try to add to the lead now to the PAT. The extra point is good. Now it's a 4-touchdown lead, 35-7. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? Here comes a first down pass attempt. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. See what the call is on 1st and 10. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And it's caught across the middle. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Some really good timing here between the quarterback and the receiver. And how about the receiver downfield? Does a nice job of finding that open space in the zone of the defense. And as a defense, you're just basically throwing your hands up into the air because they had that covered relatively well. Just a good play call and good execution.
Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's got it right near the end zone. And he can't quite get in. They get him down at the 1-yard line. Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown for the U.
We give all the credit here to the play caller for this touchdown pass. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Everybody expecting run. Instead, you throw it, pays off for a touchdown.
PAT is good. They cut into the lead. It's 35-14. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Return begins inside the 10. And he's brought down after a solid effort on that return. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They'll run it to the right side. The junior able to bring him down quickly. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. These games, they never disappoint, regardless the score. And this one was filled with excitement and big plays throughout that first half. And let's be honest, the story of that first half has been the play of that dude under center. Talk about having complete control of that offense. Cool, calm, and collected in that pocket. He's delivered one throw after another with precision and zip. He's checked down. He's hit on the deep ball. All in all, a very impressive first half. That's it for us from our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's head back to Chris and Kirk for the exciting conclusion of this one, where we'll find out who is moving on in the CFP.
All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They get the second half started with a running play.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. That's exactly what we saw right there.
And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage.
It's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
They'll run it here. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving this running back to football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
And that stiff arm will help earn him the first down.
Offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what. They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Second down after that short completion. They're going to run it here. Fights through the tackler. Powerful run into the secondary. Brought down after a solid run by the senior. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged.
Oh, that one's picked off. Not much chance of the return, but the pick ends the scoring threat and sets the offense up at the 33.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
The offense doesn't come up with the completion here, Chris, but I think it gives you an indication of what they think they can do here in the second half of this playoff game.
Going to try to use his legs here. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, in which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
So this defense finally makes a play. That's one of the few negative plays for this offense today.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. They don't have the easiest road to climb back in this one, but little plays like that can be points of positivity of what coaches will likely focus on as they move forward.
Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Now, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
Oh, that's just a throwaway there on third down. And now a fourth down play coming up. Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. Needs a completion here on fourth down. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? Again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be?
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
The Hurricanes looking to take advantage of the red zone trip here. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Launching one to the end zone. And they score, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's find out if this one's going to count. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Second down after that previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. And the pass is too high, out of bounds, and not complete.
Chris, that ball is going to fall to the ground, and if you go back and look at this, he's falling back when he makes this throw. He's actually throwing it off of his back foot. You combine that with already throwing a couple interceptions, I don't know if it's a time to think about maybe warming up the backup.
Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. The stop made at the 5. The offense will have first and goal now. And the Canes pick up enough yardage for a first down. Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Handoff inside, looking for the touchdown. Touchdown, Canes. This offense really clicking.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
Try the PAT. PAT cuts it to a 14-point game, 35-21. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Last time they went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. Grab down the middle. It's Patchett. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. Sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the 3rd quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game sets when we have a chance. As we head to the 4th, we could be in store for a classic finish. A spot in the next round of the college football playoff is at stake. 1st down. They're going to throw the football. And he lofts it toward the sideline. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Chris, I just don't know about this call. I like the aggressive approach, but at this point, late in the game, playing with the lead, 3rd down and long, maybe you run the ball. You know, work that clock. Continue to think about the big picture. Now you're facing 4th down and long, and I think you got to punt it away and hope the defense can secure a victory.
The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. Ball handed off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here.
Let's go.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Short throw to the back. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Had a nice drive going here, but now it's 3rd down and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. And he drops back in the gun. Wow, a 3rd pick tonight by the QB. Can he take it all the way? Inside the 40. Finally steps out of bounds after a long return. What a play by the defense.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the 2nd half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. Just got to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Looks to the left, pass caught. Touchdown, LSU. This offense is still clicking. Kicking team on now for the extra point. Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Return starts from inside the 5. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. The pass rush closing in. Looks left and finds his target there. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Hey, it's positive yards, right? That's never a bad thing. But let's face it, these guys got a long way to go in a short amount of time to do it. So let's get the ball downfield, and let's get out of bounds to try to preserve that clock.
The Hurricanes looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing, having a great day. But with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
Physical run-breaking tackles. Slides to avoid the big hit. The Canes begin a new series here, 1st and 10.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Extending the play now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Slides down to avoid the tackle. The Canes come to the line with 1st and goal. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. 2nd down and goal upcoming. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Hurricanes. That's why he's a dangerous scrambler. The quarterback says, I'm just going to end this scoring drive right here. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, and everybody's covered downfield. The defense has done a pretty good job of containing the offense. The problem is this guy's creativity. I don't know, maybe put a spy, a linebacker on him to try to mirror him when he takes off the scramble.
And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He pulls it in for a big gain. Finally brought down, but the offense moving close to the red zone here. 1st and 10 play coming up. A new set of downs after that completion. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Here's a wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Tigers. This quarterback on fire today. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine. A playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Miami offense is back on the field. At this point, There's not much you can do except play for pride. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Let's it fly to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there. That play makes it 2nd and 10. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Fires it to the wideout. Pass is caught right near the sideline. What a catch. Does get the foot back. It's a 1st and 10 play. There's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. He's running out of time here. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Looking to chuck it again. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Lofting it toward the left sideline. Another pick. Wow, that's the 4th tonight. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Past the 50. And he steps out of bounds after a great return. What a pick. Sets up the offense in great position.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs.
Just runs through a mismatch. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Boy, this offense's execution has been on point all game long, but especially in this 4th quarter. They're getting better and better, and this defense seems to have just quit out there.
And they'll go right back to him on 1st down. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Hand off to the single back. And he's brought down there to wrap up this game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. I'm so impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Herb Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.